UN warned Nigeria of the risk of famine and three other countries. The United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has warned of a risk of famine and widespread of food insecurity in Nigeria and three other African countries affected by conflicts, and the lives of millions of people are in danger. The other countries are Congo, Yemen, and South Sudan. Already, about 2 million tons of rice has been washed away by floods, according to the Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria in Kebbi State. That is more than 25% of the previously projected national output of 8 million tons. In a note to Security Council members, the UN chief said the four countries rank among the largest food crises in the world, according to the 2020 Global Report on Food Crisis and recent food security analysis. But funding to help is very low, he said. Action is needed now, Guterres said. Having endured years of armed conflict and related violence, the people of Democratic Republic of the Congo, Yemen, Northeast, Nigeria and South Sudan are again facing the specter of hitting food insecurity and potentially famine. The UN chief said the indicators are similarly deteriorating in a number of other conflict-hit countries, including Somalia, Burkina Faso, and Afghanistan. The situation varies from countries to countries, but civilians are being killed, injured, and displaced. Livelihoods are destroyed, and availability of and access to food disrupted amid growing fragility, Guterres said. At the same time, humanitarian operations are attacked, delayed, or obstructed from delivering life-saving assistance. He said food insecurity in conflict-affected countries is now further exacerbated by natural disaster, economic shocks, and public health crisis, all compounded by the COVID-19 pandemic. According to the Secretary General's note, alarming levels of food insecurity and hunger have risen largely as a result of the actions of extremists affiliated with armed groups in Borno, Adamawa, and Yobe states in Nigeria. Guterres said estimates suggest more than 10 million Nigerians, people in three states, about 80% of the population, need humanitarian assistance and protection. An almost 50% increase last year and the highest recorded since humanitarian operations began. Yet the UN appeal is only 33% funded, its lowest level, he said. The note says escalating violence in volatile eastern Congo is again driving disastrous level of food insecurity and hunger, and the latest analysis indicates that over 21 million people are in crisis or worse level of acute food insecurity. Thank you for listening to this news. My viewers, this is not new to Nigerians. Even before this information came from Guterres, Nigerians are already aware of this food crisis, and they have started discussing on that. But one thing I don't know is if they have started something on it, if they have started working on it. But then the UN intervention is coming as not just an information but as a reminder, since we've been aware, we are already aware of it before. but it's serving as a reminder to us that, look, this is a very big disaster that we must not joke with. It's a disaster that we must not joke with or play with. Because if we do play with it, it's going to deal with the country so seriously. Because you know that food is one very thing that is very, very important to man's life. And also, it's very, very important to the economy. Food production doesn't joke with the economy of this country. Do you understand now? Doesn't joke with the economy of this country. And that is why in economics encourage favorable exports than imports. Economics will tell you that economy will be at the favorable side if exports exceed imports. So if there is shortage of food production, if we have shortage in resources, or if we have poor resources, poor production, how then do we compete in the international markets? How do we compete in the local markets? Our exports, how do we compete? How do we meet up with our exports of these our goods? It's going to be too tough, my dear. We can't do it. We can't. It's going to be difficult. That is why there is need for immediate action to be taking place. We must not overlook it because the message has been delivered. Let us get hold of it. Start working on it with immediate effect, because food is something that one cannot or even think of joking with, especially a country like Nigeria. All right? So, my viewers, as you can see, the message is very clear. It is now left for us to get hold of it, work with it, and see how to make use of it. At this juncture, I want to appreciate Guterres, the United Nations, the international organizations, and international countries for their concern. And there are many concerns to this country. So, my viewers, I don't know what your comments concerning this may be, but please don't hesitate to leave your comment below the comment box. Click on the subscription button as well as bell button to get updated whenever we upload any new videos. Thank you.